accumulate the juices.
You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Whoa! Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Yes. Once again, we're doing it live right in the middle of a show. Why is the camera so fuzzy? You guys seeing how fuzzy this is? Is it this bad on your end? What? I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of everything. Testes. 1, 2. Can you hear me? This looks so bad. It didn't look this bad before I started. What happened? Why does everything suck around here?
It's the shits.
Anyway, who cares, right? I'm turning this into a podcast anyway, and I'm putting out there. It's probably really bad because everybody in my whole area is watching Night of Champions. I got it streaming. So we're going to have to deal with it, folks. Get liking, subscribing, sharing. Pump this up. Put this out to everybody. I don't do a whole lot of these watch-alongs, reactions, what have you. They're cringe, mainly. That's just my personal expert opinion. I don't know for you guys, but right now, Oscar's about to come out. I don't need the volume on. Because then also they would kick me offline if I did that. Anyway, this is the Dr. Huge Show. I hope you're watching Knock, as the cool kids call it, WWENOC, and you're also listening to this at least. You don't need to watch this because look at this. I wouldn't watch this either at this moment, but listen in because we got a whole lot of expert takes, a lot of in real time analysis that you've never seen anywhere else. Where's everybody in the chat? Where's everybody that I sent links to? Where's everybody? They all in Saudi Arabia. They all just follow suit with CM Punk and just run over to Saudi Arabia to get booed. The CM Punk. Anyway, let's go over some of the stuff that you may have already seen that I've seen. The only thing I didn't see was Cody and Orton busy trying to get things together for this monstrosity that you're witnessing right now with the visuals. Oh, look, she's got nice new clown makeup, this Asuka. She looks like kind of happy with it. She looks evil still, but not as evil as those other ones. All right, good. We got people here. Thank you. Shout out to everyone. Don't forget, if you haven't shared this out to people and you haven't hit all them buttons, especially on YouTube, come over to YouTube, please. Watch us there. We love you, X. You help us out. You ban us and shadow ban us the least out of everybody. But you don't show our stuff to really, the masses like we should be shown to. They were showing my stuff off on TikTok until I pissed somebody off there. All right, good. We got people present. Coach in the house, Paladin in the house. And who's this? Jade Cargill. I mean, this is an amazing entrance, isn't it? One of the best. She looks great. But you know what? You know what she is in the ring?
It's the shits.
She's the total shits in the ring. Sorry, Jade fans. Did you see her when she's actually Storm finally? Oh my God, they're doing it. We have a legitimate looking X-Man about to wrestle. I got some comics right there. I might show you some later after the show. But right now, let's focus on the show for a moment because I'm gazing and gawking at she's even got the contacts in. Look at that butt. Look at her butt. I mean, come on. Even in pajamas, the Saudi Arabian pajamas here that they got all the ladies. I mean, it's getting better and better every year. Remember they had to put t-shirts over them? Or like in the first one, the first like Crown Jewel. This isn't Crown Jewel. Took me a few years to figure that one out. But this is Night of Champions. Yep. Oh, well, Danny's setting up. Yep. It's a good time to do it. It doesn't matter. We're just here to, again, look at Jade's butt at the moment. Not much to be said. There may be some dead air in between this, but because I'm collecting data and processing it so that I can, journalize and analyze with everybody out here. We're all experts, right? All of us, especially me. X-Men theme needs to be played now. I mean, if you have millions and billions of dollars in this company and you're doing things like this, with the Storm, I mean, obviously that's what I wonder if they can get away with even that, like the copyright with that. You know how these copyrights work these days. If you're actually making good money using a property or even a little bit, like everybody wants a piece. I would much rather my stream come in nice and the show come in low quality, but I'm getting the show in high def, super. What are we on? 16K now? Should be, or 40K, 180p's. I'm hip to all this too. I know everything about all this stuff. Yeah, this is very distracting watching Jade Cargill with the white pants on. Very distracting. But yeah, she stunk in the ring last week. And the way she went, who'd she fight? Roxy? Yeah, Roxy was carrying her. And Roxy's like this big. She's like the size of Joe Rogan. And she was carrying that match. She was like, you do this, do that. Hurry up. Let's go. You could tell. So Jade is still green. She would look great with a crown, right? It's all image based these days when it comes to everything. And I understand the wrestling thing. In wrestling, definitely you need a great image. But I think Asuka, if you ask me, Asuka's the one that should be getting crowned after being gone so long, coming back through injury. Make her a top star again, because before she got injured or left TV, she was a part of Damage Control. They were really kind of relegating her to the Bailey spot at that point. She's trying to help out her girls, tagging up Kyrie, Kabuki Warriors, Bukaki Warriors. Jade's knee really hurts. She's doing the old Family Guy routine with the knee. Getting kicked in the boobs. Rhea Ripley got slapped in the boobs a lot today. Jade is stinking in the ring right now.
It's the shits.
Exactly. Jade has been Ric Flair at the bar levels bad. You understand what I'm saying? Woo! I think you do. If you catch my drift, we'll talk about that later. We must analyze that, of course. So, yep. Jade's getting stretched right now. Asuka's putting it on her, giving her the old knee bar. That's how Brock Lesnar lost to Frank Mir the first time around, children. Remember that? Remember those days? The UFC was like, that was like the pinnacle of the UFC around that time. They were killing it. Not like they're doing bad now, but coming off those first initial shows when they had them on Spike TV. Yep, keep hitting that knee. She's selling the knee. We like this. We like that she's trying to tell a story in there. It's just about her getting, I guess, used to picking up on, hey, I'm about to do this, that, and the other thing to you. And we got to keep track and all that. That must be hard. So wrestling is a little bit tough because it's going to make you like a little trigger shy. Is that a word? Phrase? Probably not. You know what I mean. And that's why a lot of the lady wrestlers are moving slow, pulling up, because they want to make sure they're not going to kill each other. I get it. I'm at work. And this is Reezy, by the way. For those that don't know, all them Japanese letters with 420 RVD style, that's Reezy. I'm at work watching my coworker. My coworker thinks Jade needs to go back to NXT. Yeah. But that will never happen because they pay her a lot of money, I assume. I don't even know this. I'm just assuming they're paying her. She looks the part. The people love her. Great entrance like we already saw. But yeah, is she ready to be queen of the ring? I mean, Zelina Vega was. So I guess if we're going by that standard, then yes. But in my personal expert analyst opinion, not quite yet. Send her back to NXT. Who knows? Lash Legend's probably better. I mean, Lash Legend ain't got the aura, as the kids say, that this one does. But come on. All right, Asuka's laying him in still. They're getting in one of those New Japan back and forths. Elbows and elbows. More elbows. Oh, back fist, back kick from Asuka. You know, her 5 moves of doom here. So it looks like we might be winding down. And if you're not where I am, catch up or slow down. Whatever you got to do. We're doing it professionally live. We're doing this together. Tell us in the chat on YouTube specifically. Thank you. All right, Asuka's going in for the pin. And it's a 2. I went to a show with the Sleaze years back, a SmackDown. All children around us. And I kept doing the 2 gimmick. Nobody got it. Nobody in the Sleaze got it, so I was kind of just making him laugh. So I just kept going 2, and the kids would look at me like, "Is this weird guy?" Yep. That's what I do. Also, got to do the Elias chants. WWE stands for. That's what the cool guys do. Pin. Asuka kicks out. All right, I mean, we can wrap this up, right? Like, let's go. Are you not sports entertained? I'm kind of not sports entertained at the minute. I mean, it's an okay match. They look cool in their pajamas, but she's going in for the submission. Asuka's got to win this. She's got to, right? She's got to. Going back a little old school with the slushy hair, which I like. I love that slushy colored hair. No, Asuka's getting pinned and she kicks out. 2. Oh, she's going for the finisher, Jade. Nope, it's getting reversed. Asuka's putting her in her chokehold. The Asuka lock. See, I could be Michael Cole, right? I definitely could be Pat McAfee. I can say stupid things too. Oh, it gets reversed. And Asuka kicks out. Kick to the boobs. Asuka's dancing around. Kick to the head. And celebrate. Pumping up the crowd. Getting ready to do some more damage. And it is reversed. Back into the finisher. Jade's going to win this, isn't she? No. Nope. Wait, what? That was the worst pin ever. They gave it to her? Hold on, I got to put the volume on. I don't even know what's going on here. They're playing her music. She won. Oh, my goodness.
It's the shits.
The shits. Asuka's back wasn't even down. Not even down. Yep, that's exactly what her hair is, Paladin. They soak it in slushy juices. She walks into the salons and goes, "Make right shrushy." And then they dunk her in the Kool-Aid tanks. Each side. They do it, they do it perfectly. They do it right, concise to make it Asuka hair. It's a little darker because she's got the clown makeup these days. She's trying to look badass and all this stuff. But I don't know. This era of Asuka, it's not working for me, brother. It's not working. So Jade, I want to call her Cora Jade so bad. Let's just call it Cora Jade because Cora Jade's not even Cora Jade. So Cora Jade right now is about to put on her crown. She's shaking hand with the my fellow bald that runs Raw. She also shook Nick Aldis's hand for some reason because I don't know what show she's on, but I'm picking one. She's on Raw. She should only shake his hand. That was a bad match. Asuka carry Jade. Yep, we saw that in real time. Reezy, expert analyst. Everybody share this, please. We're going to get into the actual show of this. This is just me watching wrestling. She's doing a speech right now. Hopefully, I can't play it. Yep, I'm fighting through the booze too all the time. Thank you. She's talking to me. She's pointing to me right now. I'm not listening much because I don't know if you guys can hear it. I need Danny to tell me if you can hear it on your end. But did you guys just hear that when I played? Can somebody tell me in the chat? Stat. The quicker, the faster, the better. Go ahead, put the crown on, lady. She is so excited. She'll be in the movies in a couple years. You just watch and see. You'll see. Lifts the crowd. Nobody ever really puts the thing on. Just put it on. I guess you don't want to put... Well, she put it on, as I said that. Mm-hmm. It looks like real diamonds. I wonder how much those things cost. And what's funny about it, it must cost a lot because they actually leave it in Saudi Arabia. So we're back into the ads. Now we're everybody in the world is watching me now. I'm just going to tell everybody I'm Middle Eastern today. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I got a little bit in me. There's been rumors. Here's Danny Damage in the house. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I don't hear you. Try your side first, and then I'll try my side. Because I'm pretty sure everybody's been hearing me. No, not yet. No, everything's normal over here. So, anyway, we're looking at Inglewood, New Jersey.
How about now?
Yes, you sound good.
Yep, can you hear me? My microphone's not too close or anything.
All right, cool.
No popping plosives.
Yep, just a little popping from me every once in a while when I listen back when I do the podcast business. That's on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts for everybody. I always hear myself pop, and I'm like, damn it. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist, So, have you been keeping up with the show at all?
I haven't. I've just got it on now.
You're in a commercial, right, too? Or
yeah,
Michael Cole sitting down?
Yeah, just looking over whatever city it is, talking about late night SummerSlam.
All right, so we're near the same spots here. Great. We're doing great. That was a bad match. We read that. Slushy hair. $1 million. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'll put it up on the screen anyway. So let's go over some things before they get back into this. Sammy and Cross match was actually the best one I've seen so far. I skipped the Cody and Orton match because I had, trying to get all this stuff ready and everything. And he won, of course. And what else happened? Rhea beat Raquel in a street fight, even though I don't know. She annoys me, man. We've gone over this before. 3 nose rings? We're going to have 3 nose rings, really? And you're going to go into a street fight with nose ring, multiple nose
Yeah.
rings. And
It's
then she had,
excessive.
she always got the crazy makeup on, but she had like this orange, it's like she has makeup on and then it's orange smear everywhere and the faces. And I get it. She's super over. I'm not telling anybody to not like her or whatever. This is just my opinion. She cringes me out. The music stinks. The whole this thing with the stomp like she just made a sack in the NFL. I don't like any of it. Just the overconfidence too. The walking down, the constantly sticking out the tongue and licking the air and licking the teeth and I'm the coolest guy in the room type thing. I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah,
So that happened.
It's too much.
Yeah. What do you think? You don't hate it that much, right, Danny?
Maybe not quite as much, but it is irritating. Like I say, it's just too much. I get what they were doing once upon a time, but now she's just taken that, dialed it to 11 and just kept turning it up more somehow.
Mm-hmm. I'm not just a hater. It's just like, again, this wrestling stuff. All these people could all be very fine people. Maybe my best friends in real life. But, I'm talking about characters and attitudes and what the vibe is coming off the TV. And that's why I don't like a Sami Zayn. That's why I don't like Rhea Ripley and stuff like that. So when people call me crazy and they think I don't understand what's going on, why certain wrestlers are popular, I get it. But that's also what annoys me. So
it's like she's a parody of herself now.
She shrunk a lot too. She's tiny compared to what she was last year. Maybe she's off the gas.
Maybe.
Stop juicing. Oh man. Yep. So they still got advertisements going on. I kind of like this because now I can just watch this and they have dead spots in the show and people accept it. Yeah. More ads.
Mine's been troublesome. I'll see if my internet connection catches up with the problem.
Oh my God, another ad. Yep. So, and anyway, Solo and Jacob happened. Not Tama Tonga. He's not back. He's still injured and out. Tonga Loa showed up. And also, well, it was funny. No, it was Tonga Loa. He showed up, and then the really big guy that's been in the indies that everybody's been expecting for weeks showed up. And he certainly looks the part. I can't remember his name because Cole said several different names. He didn't know him either. He called him Tonga Loa as well. That was one of the names. I'm like, yeah, it's not him. That was the other guy. They all look the same, don't they? To you, Michael Cole, huh? Mm-hmm. That's right. But I'm not Samoan today. I have to be Middle Eastern so we can get more subscribers on YouTube. I can pass for it, Danny. I can pass for anything, really. So I'm going for it, especially when I wear wigs. I have a whole collection of wigs in my closet.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like Roger from American Dad.
Yes. More ads, by the way. It still hasn't stopped. Nothing's happened. Man, it's been a while. What was the last match we just watched? Solo and Jacob? God, that was an hour ago. All right. So anyway, we went over most of what happened. A lot of people were very upset that Cross just lost to Sami Zayn. Clean 1, 2, 3, and right in the middle.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm. Great match though. The storytelling in it, a lot of old school stuff. The whole Sami almost passing out to the choke, and then he comes strong at the third count. No, something's happening. CM Punk's coming out. That's right. We can talk about a little Punkonomics here. Did you see the promo from the other night?
All I saw was the bit where he apologised for badmouthing The Miz for being a part of the Blood Money pay-per-view, and now he is a part of the Blood Money pay-per-view.
Oh, that's right. What did he say again? I got it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Is he getting booze? Can you tell me if you can hear this? Can you hear this, Danny?
I can't hear anything.
Good. It's just his music right now. Yep. I'm so professional over here. I can hear it and the crowd can't. Good. That's right. But CM Punk's coming out. He's I saw the same stuff you did yesterday and a little bit more. He was at, the WWE rally thing that they do, where everybody comes out, and it definitely felt staged with Muhammad in the crowd. What are the chances of that, right? Pretty good, actually. But there's a Muhammad fellow is telling Punk to apologize when he first came out. Then he went into this bit about, I did this thing 6 years ago and blah, blah, blah. And this guy wants me to apologize. So, okay, I'll apologize. And then he finally walked up to him and was like, this is for you in Saudi Arabia. I apologize for that. And you could tell it was like he didn't want to. And also I could tell it was more the tone of how he was even going through this was like, well, it's your fault you read it. Like, who gives, like, what, I did it 6 years ago. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. It just, to me, it just points out that you are a hypocrite, that the $1 million man could buy you if he wanted to, and you would just say, yes, sir, because everybody's got a price. You certainly do. So stick to the things that you mean. That's all, especially when it comes to foreign countries and you're talking about blood money and things. Do you really know what's going on, CM Punk, or is this an act? Right? So if you're going to be this, the right word, vitriolic, this outlandish with your statements, even if you're just like kind of going at the Miz, you probably should back those up or try to a little bit. I get it. He's in the WWE again, and he's going to do business. But to me, I never really bought the whole CM Punk gimmick. He's the cool guy and this and that. So, yeah, it's just more of the same for me. And everybody out here that's saying, hey, calm down. I'm saying, we don't need to be even talking about this. Who cares? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, everybody should have at least catch up some shit. And that makes me want to go at him more. Like to tell me what I can do. Oh, don't talk about him anymore. We already went through it, right? It's like, I don't work for WWE. They went through it. I'm still doing it. So until I'm sick of it, that's when I'll be done talking about it. What do you think, Danny? I know he probably not as harsh, but got an opinion?
Well, yes, but it's not just because I oppose like the two big sort of political points he's trying to make with like t-shirts and stuff. Because I mean, shame on anyone that would use clothing to make points of any kind. It's just, he's got some responsibility, or at least he's meant to do. It's not just that I think his opinion's a bit daft. I've said before, I like the wrestler, but the person, is a bit of a tit. And then going back on this and just giving such a whimpering, planted excuse, in my opinion, and yours, it's a bit sad.
Like, if it was me, I get, going back on things or whatever in certain circumstances and stuff. But I mean, if that were me in that spot, he came off more like a bad guy. Just go, you know what? Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I work for the WWE now. I never thought I was going to be back here. It is what it is. That's the way it is. Sorry about that, and I would have been, honest. The way he did it didn't sound it was more like, like, screw you guys anyway. Like, whatever. Like, again, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm going to goof on it, of course, because if you're going to act all high and mighty and got all this virtue going for you, no. You can't go back on it then. If you're Mr. Virtuous, you're going to be held to that standard over here. John Cena's out there doing his gimmick now.
Yeah, and it's not just like Punk just did sort of like mention little things, just like, oh yeah, reduce taxes or push for the electric cars only. He went again, yeah. He dealt with the abortion thing and the trans kids thing, and it's just you aren't being gentle with this. You're intentionally trying to make a noise, and yeah. In AEW, the last that had the sign for the trans thing, she looked just as much like a plant because she looked happy as hell to be on TV, like she was expecting it, and he knew where she was, and he did the little point. And I know Kenny Omega did something similar as well. But yeah,
and then the Saudi stuff on top of it, you know?
It's not that he can piss off because he's wrong or differing to my personal opinion, but he's open to scrutiny. So, yeah, he's a public figure. He's gobbed off about certain things. A big name public figure, yeah.
And they're doing the announcements right now. We're going to get to watch one of the slowest matches in WWE history. I mean, anything can happen. Both these guys could pop Achilles and hamstrings and quads. Elbows could pop off, shoulders. So that's what I'm more interested in that than I am the actual match, where the belt's going. I want to see if these guys can carry one another, because I don't think CM Punk is in like prime form or anything. And we all know John Cena is. He pretty much said so himself. So, I don't want them to kill each other or anything, but a couple twisted ankles would make this a little funnier.
Yeah, and as we've seen with Punk in the years, it's only taken like one little misstep and that's it for a while. So, but I'm not expecting anything flash, anything fancy for this. It's just two wrestlers.
Yep, they're still going through the whole beginning here, announcing John Cena. The last time in the Middle East, everybody. Wow. He holds the belt in front of his face now. Does a "you can't see me"? Now you can. All right, what are the odds? What do you say? You want to take a bet right now that one of them is going to get hurt?
No, I don't want to wish that on anybody.
Bet. Like no money or anything. Just bragging rights. I say they're going to get hurt. So one of them's going to get hurt. No?
Yeah,
no hurt. Nobody's getting hurt, right? You're taking no, and I'm taking yes.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm taking no or both.
Well, yeah. You got two choices, really. Because one is the good one. I guess that would be the middle.
Yeah, statistically.
All right, so do they both get hurt or nobody gets hurt? Because that would be the, break even if one of them gets hurt. I don't know. This is a funny conversation, but
I'll take neither then. Neither.
All right, I'm going both. Thank you. I feel I have better chances. So now they're looking at the crowd. They're doing that whole thing. The crowd's probably erupting. They're all chanting. They're standing up, clapping. Yep, take it nice and slow, fellas. All right, let's analyze this in real time, Danny. You got it on, right? I see it on your glasses a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's I'm struggling to stream appropriately, but
that's all right.
doing what I can.
Yep, they're getting in the old school locks here. Chain wrestling, if you will. Not like the Power Rangers over in AEW where it's flip over flip and, sweeps and jump over the sweep and all that.
Yeah, the Power Rangers style is accurate, to be fair. It's not just any old gymnastics. It's Power Rangers gymnastics.
Did you see the Mighty Morphin Freak Off Rangers video this week with Diddy and all them? One of the greatest.
No.
I'll have to find it. I saw it on Instagram, but I got to get it on the X machine and post it back up because, man, that's been best meme I've seen in a while. Laying in some more headlocks by CM Punk. He's in his classic, Chicago outfit. Which Chicagoans, they really think they're awesome. Did you know that, Danny? People in Philly do too. I guess there's a lot of prideful people in a lot of these terrible cities. All I got to say.
Yeah, everyone just seems to be proud of where they're from for the most part.
Yeah.
Or at least
Not
that's how
me.
it's perceived over here.
Not me, other than the sports team. Everything else kind of isn't like, meh. Because, all we do in my city, Danny, is we win sports games. The best in the world at that.
You have more than one of quite a few teams, though, don't you? Or am I just misunderstand it? Right, yeah.
The Patriots football team, you got the Celtics basketball, the Red Sox baseball, and the Bruins with the hockey. I mean, there's a bunch of other sports too, but those are the big four.
But you don't have like 2 baseball teams or 2 football teams?
No.
Under the New York,
one of each. No, that's New York. New York does stuff like that. That's lame. And then because what happens is you'll end up with one usually that's considered like for the cool kids and the rich people, and the other ones for like the poor people, and it's like the redheaded stepchild of the like when the Yankees and the Mets, Right. No. We had the Red Sox that didn't win anything for like 100 years. Got really close for all that time, but then when they did, then they started winning all the time. But yeah, that Boston run of pro sports from 2001 when the Patriots got their first one to now really is just been an insane amount of championships. It's like a parade every other year. Yep. Oh, what's going on here? They keep stopping. They're resting. CM Punk's pointing to the sky, doing the ones, stealing gimmicks. CM Punk, I don't like that.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, I expected a lot of this. I think you might win this bet because they're not really wrestling.
Yeah, they're not going to try and injure each other or do anything risky at all, I don't think. Fair play to them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to.
They're literally having like a 5-minute rest and doing Hulk Hogan's, looking around and shit. Wow. Oh my goodness. So what do you think? Do you think Punk wins this?
No, I don't. Do you think? I didn't think they were going to take the belt off Cena so soon.
Who knows? I know Cena's got a movie coming out soon, doesn't he? I know he's doing this wrestling thing, but that would definitely give him a lot more time to go promote this movie that he has without the belt. But then again, when they want him to have the belt, I don't know. Honestly, I think either one of them could win this one. Of course, I lean more Cena, I guess. Shout out to William. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought they'd wait till at least SummerSlam before taking the belt back off Cena.
And William says, yeah, but Memphis was the best wrestling town of all time. Maybe. Never been to Memphis. Probably never will, because there's also a very dangerous city, Danny. If you come to America, don't go to Memphis.
Right. Is that the same with all of Tennessee or just Memphis?
I would say just Memphis, but probably spots in and around everywhere in the U.S. You don't even know. It's so weird over here. You'll have like a super rich area right next to like the projects. And CM Punk's now laying down on the ropes.
Is there nobody fucking pure in this goddamn fucking world?
Like, get to it, boys. Thank you, Alex. He always gets so mad about wrestling. Man in the white mask. Yeah. How you doing, bro? We're doing a watch along right now. Of course, we can't show it. I can't play anything, or else the Peacock police will come to my house and arrest me. But we got it on. Cena versus Punk for the ship. I don't like when they call it the chip. It's not championship. It's championship. So they're fighting for a ship. Get it? Yep. People in the crowd still popping for things. They seem to be liking it. The whole for like first like 5 rows you generally see are all pajamas, which look really comfortable. I would wear those pajamas, obviously.
I would today, definitely. It's warm.
Yep. I heard CM Punk was getting some booze. I don't think he won everybody over with his little speech yesterday. They might have felt the same way I did about it, but like, hey, you know, this guy's just saying this. Which he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cheap. Just, yeah. Thanks, Mohammed. I love you, Saudi Arabia. I'm sorry.
He's doing Zelina Vega's move where he climbs on him. Like a little kid fighting his dad. And it was reversed by Cena for another 2. 2. Is that what all them little girls do over in Japan all the time? Is that why they're always doing this? 2. And the man in the white mask says, I heard Netflix has the old wrestling TV shows. If you want, maybe I can make a Discord server for all of us and I could stream it. No need here. I have all that stuff. But thank you. It's very generous of you, man in the white mask. Very generous. Great supporter of the show. And the music, of course. Go check out the music if you haven't. Spectacular. Quincy Jones told me it was the best thing he's ever heard, so. True story. CM Punk's laying on his belly right now, looking like he's really beat up. John Cena is looking at the crowd. What do they call that in wrestling? Dusting. They call it something, some kind of weird name, where it's like, go do, you know, let me relax over here for a minute because I just got my bell rung. Go powder puff the crowd. Something like that. Oh, we're getting into 5 moves of doom already. You can't see me. Into the rope. 5-knuckle shuffler lands. CM Punk pops right up to jump on Cena's shoulders. Reverses it. Off the ropes. Knee to the face. Cena pops back up. Gets put into neck breaker. See, this shit's so easy. I could do this in front of millions of people like that. And now CM Punk has the upper hand, and he's going to the top rope. Is that really a good idea?
What?
He's at the top now. He's going for it. And he does an elbow. It was just, okay. So it was a lame ass elbow too. Doing the go to sleep. He's putting him to sleep now. Puts him up in the GTS. And it will be reversed. And it is into the STFU. Cena, make those faces, Cena. We've seen this before recently, where he put him in this move. They wrestled this year, didn't they? What the hell? Yeah, they wrestled already this year. Or no, they at least fought in the ring. I don't know. When did they wrestle?
Rumble.
Was it the Rumble? Because I remember he had that picture of him with the STFU on Punk, like, and I'm thinking like this was the first time they wrestled in a while. How did that? There's too much wrestling going on. I can't keep up with this. But yes.
Yeah, I think it was in the Rumble match.
Okay.
I think.
Anybody in the chat know? Did he just win? That's how it ended? He picks him up and puts him in the FU. AA. Sorry. Oh, he kicked out. All right. I thought it was over. Picking him up for another one. It is reversed, kicked, DDT. Now they're both down. I think we got a couple minutes here. Elimination Chamber. That's right. That's right, Paladin.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
Now Punk has him in the submission. They just keep stealing each other's stuff. Cena's probably going to beat him with the go to sleep there. If he can pull it off. Remember when Cena had that off the ropes cutter that he was doing for a while? Like when
Can't remember.
he came back. This is not that long ago, maybe 5-6 years ago. And he
yes,
randomly added that move to his moveset and was like doing it every match. And that he hit it a couple of times, but he missed it. He hit it maybe 2 out of 10 times, like clean. And you could tell he was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this."
Was it more like a stunner?
Yeah, stunner. It was
I think it was a springboard stunner. Yeah,
springboard stunner. Yes, tough move to execute. He seemed to be able to do it, but
especially at his age, not like he's 100 or anything, but he's not young and springy like he used to be. So it's it was a strange time of his career to bring that into it. But yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
AA to Punk again. 2, another kick out. Cena's bald spot's gone. Completely gone. He has no bald spot anymore, folks.
He's been saying his prayers and taking his vitamins, I think.
Mm-hmm. And Punk was goofing on him in his Punkonomics speech last night, and he was calling John Cena bald. It's like, you're bald, dude. What are you talking about? Call somebody else bald when you got the Red Sea is parting right on top of your head, and you're gonna call somebody else bald. Got it. It was cringe. I hate Punkonomics. If you like Punkonomics, block me. Go ahead. Because everybody seemed to like it a lot last night, and I was like, this is cringe. He comes out with the knuckles, drug-free. And then what else was he doing? Talks about his ex. Okay, that was a nice little line. Saying I would be mad too if they rehired my ex. And then the worst of it, the ultimate cringe was the final thing that he said to him, which was, I'm like Kendrick and you're like Drake, and it's and all the 2-year-olds are like, ooh, and I'm like, oh. The Kendrick Drake stuff, like, I don't even like either one of them. How about that? I think Drake is an industry plant. Clearly, to me, like, that's been clear as day. And you may like Kendrick and some of his stuff, cool. Nobody gets to be that big without being in the club. Get what I'm saying? So, therefore, automatically, plus he's like short. He's like short. So I don't even care. When they were beefing, I didn't even care. Who cares? All these teenagers are like reading in all their lyrics and things that they probably didn't even write. Oh, it means this and it means that. And they treat it, they like going through it like it's the fucking Torah.
Yeah, it's like 2 other people's toddlers arguing and shouting at each other outside, and it's just like, I'm just going to ignore that. I don't give a shit, really. Sorry.
But man, do people care about that stuff? I mean, it was in the freaking halftime of the Super Bowl this year. It's so obviously a corporate manufactured thing to sell, But I guess I would have thought everybody would have been on board with all this stuff by now, been living more in reality, but they're just not. They're still like, nope, they're going to live in that, all these pop culture lies forever.
Did the rise of reality TV not give you this like preview?
Come on, work camera. This camera stinks today. This camera is fucking CM Punk today.
Yeah, with reality TV just went nuts, didn't it? And they just made a reality TV show about everything, like the world's greatest plumber and the world's greatest welder and things like this. And people watch it and lap it up and get on social media and like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so doing this to so-and-so? And
see, I watch it, but I also watch it like I watch wrestling. I understand 95% of them are fake. Probably 100%. Not completely faked, like where they already have the winners picked out. They know what and maybe not immediately, but they watch what everybody does behind the scenes, whether it's a cooking show or this show or that show, any reality show where people are getting sent home. They know who they need to keep for a while. I watch a lot of them Hell's Kitchens with Gordon Ramsay, and he's always like, there's a few people, they suck, but they're obnoxious and they piss everybody else off, and they always try to get rid of them over and over and over again. And then there'll be one where they'll be put up to leave again, and it's like, I can't keep you any longer, because it's almost like he knows. He's like, you should have been out of here like a week ago, and I'm finally allowed to do it by the producers, because you weren't gonna win. I was never gonna let you be one of my chefs. So yeah, it's rigged for the most part. But then there was, I don't know, I watch it like wrestling, and sometimes there are some great blow-ups. That's the stuff when you got the alcohol mixed. That's why I like Traders recently, and I love the fact that I don't watch it live. Of course, I got all these streaming platforms. So the way I fast forward through all, there's that huge bullshit part in the middle, right in the middle of Traders, every single episode where they got them doing games and stuff. That doesn't even matter. None of that's not the point of the show. That's like filler. And the people that watch that every week, here comes Seth Rollins. Something's happening. Hold on, I'll talk about reality TV in a minute.
I think you're a few seconds ahead of me. I've only just seen the ref bump and Punk's attempt at the pinfall.
All right, so Rollins is out here in a flame outfit, which the sleaze should have. He's dressed like the sleaze. He's got his creepy lawyer with him with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's got his two goons, and they're rubbing hands, and they're getting ready to like beat the crap out of CM Punk. And CM Punk is, I'm going to beat you guys up, even though I can't even beat this old geezer up. So he's waiting for him to come in. He's checking on Cena again. Cena might have already left. I don't know where Cena is. That's right. Take the glasses off nice and slow. And he's going to gesture to his boys in a minute. That's what I expect. No, he's taking his shirt off. Or his jacket. Wife beater style. Watch out, Becky Lynch. He's wearing a wife beater today. And now he's taking the briefcase. And he's standing with it.
Maybe he's not going to cash in. Maybe he just wants to make sure Cena never touches that belt. CM Punk, sorry, not Cena.
He fisted. He did one of these and did this, and now his goons ran in. And they're getting both of them are getting beat up by CM Punk. Braun's out of the ring. Bronson's out of the ring. Punk's still in the ring. No way you're going to jump out at him. And he jumps out at him and almost kills himself. That was the shits. That was terrible. What's up, Johnny? I didn't think anyone was going to win this one clean. Of course not. Of course not. And then he just got put through a table, CM Punk, an announce table. Yes. 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 All right, let's do the modern day yeses.
Yeet! 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 Yeet!
Now Seth is calling somebody else out. Oh, he's calling the Lil Nate. Lil Nate is sprinting to the ring. Oh, and he gets wiped out by Cena.
Yeet.
That was amazing. Now Cena's in the ring, getting in Seth Rollins' face. Seth Rollins is all mad. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? He's going to hit him with the briefcase. He misses. And now Seth Rollins gets AA'd right in the middle. Rolls out of the ring. Braun Breaker then attacks John Cena. Bronson also attacks him. They're laying the wood to him, taking him to the woodshed.
Sorry, I've just seen Cena lay out Little Nate.
Yeah.
I could have a few seconds behind you.
Yes. And who is coming out now? Who's this? Penta? All right, so Penta's coming out. He's literally sleazy walking really slowly to the ring. You might want to help your boys. It's a pretty long walk. So now he's fighting Braun Breaker. Zero medioing, kicking him in the face over and over. The focus is on that right now. Now Braun Breaker is tossing him over his head. And Penta's rolling around in his Michael Jackson jacket. And now somebody else is coming out. Oh, is this Sami Zayn? This is Sami Zayn. Now he's beating...
Why Sami Zayn? Did somebody drop some change? He needs a cup of coffee. Christ.
He's super over in Saudi Arabia.
Still a bum.
Oh, wow. Braun Breaker, took him to the ground and now is, pushing him around. It seems like he's, really pissed with him. You'll see what I mean. And now they're both getting ready for Penta. Every once in a while, I think I catch not these major receipts or anything, but they tell each other with their fists and the way that they move that, listen, I didn't like what you just did. Punk and Cena both kind of helping each other to beat up Bronson Reed here. Bronson Reed gets an AA from Cena. Pretty impressive, John. I got to say, Bronson Reed is not a little dude. But now Cena looks completely gassed. They both do. It would be nice to have Karrion Kross run out, but he didn't. He would have ran out to attack Sammy again or whatever. Nope, can't get him over too much, right? Even though he just put on a banger. All right, so we're back into the match now. They're staring at each other, giving each other time to recover, and they're doing the dancing in the crowds. So we're right where we started. There was a lot of excitement there, Danny. The best part for me was Lil Nate getting wiped out.
Yeah. It's like a pounce from what was it, Monty Brown in TNA.
Yep. Or when Keith Lee in NXT, when he sent Adam Cole flying, that was a meme for a year. CM Punk has put his hand out to shake John Cena's hand. Cena shakes his hand and is now doing the face again. He went to kick him. Punk knew it was coming. Now he's got him up for the GTS, and then Rollins hits him with the briefcase out of nowhere. Stomp. And now Cena throws Rollins out of the ring and is about to pin CM Punk. 1, 2, 3. Hit the bell. John Cena literally running out of there, kind of. He just turned around. So Seth Rollins, how do you mess that up, bro? 2 goons. You got your wise man there. You're involved. And you still can't cash in on 2 old guys. Why? Because Penta and Sami Zayn? Okay. Looks like that's how this is ending, with Seth Rollins watching John Cena walk backstage. I mean, pretty entertaining, especially that end part. That's what I'm looking for. I wasn't looking for that first 20 minutes. Are you there still? Nope.
Yeah, sorry, I muted while I was having a drink. That finish did look like the referee was alert and aware of everything that was going on, and he just dove in the moment for the pinfall. It didn't look like he just like got up and stumbled and was like, "Oh, there's action going on." It looked like he was just doing this intentionally until it's like, "Right now, go."
Honestly,
but, yeah, it was a good exchange.
That's how it's looked for a while now with that. With these type of big show matches, like the main event where they have all these moving parts and everything. It's like, yeah, the referee's knocked out just the whole time except for the end. Right when the bad guy's about to pin, especially when the bad guy's about to pin the good guy, then they go, "Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm awake now." And that's how it ends, folks. Cena raising the title on the stage, looking very cocky at the crowd. And that's that. All right. Can close this out. So there you have it, folks. The first ever, maybe not even first ever. I probably did it before. I don't remember it though. So first ever to me, watch along on the Dr. Huge Show. Get like subscribing, share this, watch this episode on YouTube. Come over here, get in the chat. We could even do, we want to do a call-in. We could have people call in. I'll show the number. And if you're fearless like Nikki Bella, call in and tell us your thoughts about this show that we just witnessed. So you got to see, what did you see? That's the only match you saw, right, Danny?
Yeah. I thought it started a little bit later. I didn't think it started so early.
Oh.
But I've been busy, so I wouldn't have been able to watch it anyway.
So what do you think overall? You like the ending of it? Well, you're kind of still going through it right now, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I finished it. It's finished now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said a minute ago, with the big match ending, it's like a recent era thing that was formerly just of like the tribal chief sort of match, with like one or maybe even two ref bumps, and then there'd be Heyman with shenanigans or the Bloodline with shenanigans. But they've just changed the people that do the different roles in that. But yeah, it was good. It didn't need to be anything massive, like with all the big flips and bumps. There was a table, somewhat of a table spot. They didn't really get him high up to go through it, but yeah, it did what it needed to do. Cena's still the champ. He can still just keep doing what he's been doing.
Mm-hmm. And it's the CM Punk Seth Rollins feud continues. That's what that was. He got stomped again, which I love.
And he's taken all that blood money, and it didn't pay off. So what did he take that blood money soaked penis for? If not to win the belt, so he just looks even a bigger fool.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It just happened, folks. We witnessed it. All the Seth Rollins people come in and fail again. So Seth Rollins feels like, to me, he's going back into Weasel mode. But this time, when he was in Weasel mode in 2015, 10 years ago, he was destroying. He was getting multiple belts. Remember, he had the U.S. title and the main title. Everything worked out for him. So even there would be some matches he would be losing the entire match. Then the lights would go out and he'd be gone, and like somebody else would be there. It's like that's how he would win a lot of his matches. Now he can't get a break out here. So Seth Rollins, I don't know how much more help do you need, but
he had J&J. Sorry.
Oh, good.
No, I was gonna say, and he had J&J Security 10 years ago, which was Jamie Noble and I can't remember the other person. Who
the guy's
the
name.
other one. But so he had two smaller guys who were meant to be like little Weasley, like more Weasley than he. And he's got two meatheads now who look inferior to their previous personas because they're now second fiddle to Seth. So when Seth needs to attack somebody and that somebody needs to sort of like look half decent like Punk needed to, he was throwing two meatheads around after having a 20-minute match. So it makes them look worse unless they come in and just annihilate everybody, which, like you just said, that's not happening. So Seth doesn't look like he's able to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase very well when he did it before against Brock and Roman. So he's taken lots of steps back.
My thing is, I get Seth lost to Cody Rhodes many, many times in a row, and it kind of sucked. And then he helped him win the title like a few months after. Okay, but lately, 2 times actually, he is out there with his gang, and Cody Rhodes comes out, and Seth Rollins is like, no, we can't do anything about this. We don't want any smoke with this guy. Oh, no. He'll mess with everybody else except Cody Rhodes. He's that strong. I mean, I get that that's what the WWE's telling us, but I just don't believe it.
Go fuck yourself.
No, you, Cody. I don't believe it. It's just Seth Rollins with 2 goons is scared to even beat up Cody Rhodes. It's gross. Anyway, so, yep, that happened. Solo Sikoa, of course, won. He's got his gang operating at full speed once again. He's got the big guy. He's got Tongaloa, and he's got JC. So he's got 3 more followers. And then eventually, what's the other one's name that's out? Tonga. So many Tongas.
Tamatonga, Tongaloa.
Yes, Tama. He will be back eventually. And then where will he end up? Who knows? One of the Samoan gangs, because we know Jacob and Jimmy Uso are together. Did he show up tonight? Was Jimmy Uso even there? I don't even know. There's so many Samoans now. I can't keep up.
It's going to turn into like late dying days WCW, where everyone's either a Hollywood or a Wolfpack member of the NWO, but with the Samoan teams.
I hear Roman Reigns is coming back eventually. Also, some news about Roman Reigns. We're going to acknowledge you for a little bit.
Acknowledge me.
He's going to be in Street Fighter, the movie.
Oh, I didn't know they were doing another movie.
That's the rumor. He's going to be Akuma. I don't see how that fits.
I see where they've made that connection, but yeah, it's not. Now, if you'd have just said the Street Fighter game, I'd have been like, actually, that's an all right cross-promotional idea, to be fair. Get Roman Reigns in that. If you have to get, characters from other things that aren't Street Fighter for DLC, then Roman Reigns would be a nice little thing. But yeah, no, just not acting.
I also heard 50 Cent is supposed to be Balrog. Got a few other super famous people. The worst one was, what's his name? That comedian from New York there with the big mustache that's been getting big lately. He's obnoxious though. Yeah. Anyway, he's going to be in it too as a fighter. It's just, listen, I don't know. It's all ridiculous, right? And I generally like these movies. I don't like any movies anymore, really. I even heard that 28 years later, a lot of people didn't like that. I don't know why. I'm trying to stay away from the spoilers, but I don't know. Movies lately. What are they, Bret Hart?
It's the shits.
The shits. So, okay, what else happened in this show? Let's just go over the show real quickly. Again, Sammy and Cross, probably the best match in my opinion overall. Most entertaining match was the Cena Punk stuff, and it wasn't because of the wrestling match. The Sammy Cross one was because of the wrestling match. And, the people online generally not happy. I think it would have benefited Cross more, but then again, is Sami Zayn really going to lose in the Middle East? No, probably not.
Maybe Cross is going to get that win back. If they're doing something with him, maybe he's just going to lose to Sammy while Sammy's in like home turf, as it were. But yeah, then Cross will get a win later down the road. And
then we got Rhea over Raquel. with help from Roxy, she did come out too. All three of them wearing black jumpsuits. So that was a weird choice to have them all in black. Okay. And then, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Cody's the king, and Jade is the queen.
It's the shits.
All right. It's just, I don't really care. So.
I bet little Tony cares. He might not say too much about it, but little Tony Khan will be somewhere just thinking, they were mine. I had them in my toy chest.
And you know what? That makes me think WWE did consider or did make them the king and queen of the ring to just stick it to them a little bit. Just a little bit. You go in the boardroom or whatever. They're like, yeah, but if we did give it back to Cody and, and this, and then think about how this guy would feel. And they went, and Triple H is like, yeah, that's a good point. Nobody will be that upset. And he'll really be pissed off. Cool. We're going to do that. Yeah,
they know people might make that connection, and then that's just chit-chat about the show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Which is always good.
Here's some chit-chat. Did you see this out there? Does Ric Flair keep coming to your restaurant and shitting himself? This is on Reddit, and it's a question. Man has shit himself like 6 times this year, drunk as fuck at bars and other restaurants. He gets thrown out of Water Street places all the time. Anybody in the service industry having to deal with this shit too? So, Ric Flair, what are you up to out here? I mean, is this really a thing? You're out here pooping your pants at the bars? You're like, oh, there goes Rick again.
Poop my pants.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's Rod Stewart in South Park, isn't it? I didn't see this. I saw the video like last year, I think it was, where he was absolutely off his head and he was shouting at somebody in a bar, saying that he drops thousands and thousands of dollars here all the time and he's always bringing his friends. But I've not heard the shitting himself stories.
Woo! He got kicked out of a bar in my area too.
Yeah.
Yep. He was calling. He does the same thing over and over. It seems he goes to the bar, gets drunk, and then calls everybody fat boy. Woo! Mm-hmm. And then poops his pants and goes home. Well, he had a retort to this. He had something to say about this. He basically said, "I don't poop my pants at bars. I crumb in my pants." Woo! I said it the clean way. Crumbing. He crame. Get it? Woo!
He ejaculated.
Which tells me that maybe it's true. Woo! Because it's a strange response. Say somebody said, hey, Dr. Huge keeps coming to all our restaurants and bars and pooping his pants. I would go, wait, where is this person? Who are you? And I'd go, really? Do I? I wouldn't be like, no, I come in my pants too. Woo! I wouldn't say that. Then that would make me look a little guilty, wouldn't it?
Yep. I think that incident that I mentioned that was filmed from last year, I think that started in the bathroom. Like one of the head chefs or something, Flair had used the staff's toilet, I think. And if he'd started shitting himself publicly, then maybe he was trying to clean that up, and that's why he was in there for ages, and that's why it was a mess, and that's why he was very quick to start shouting at people and threatening to take people outside.
Yeah. That's what I'm starting to think too.
Woo! There was apparently, I've just remembered, it's all come flooding back. There was apparently a blind woman there, and he went and stood next to her and just wooed really loud in her face. An animal.
Come on, Rick. When you're going out there, you gotta slow down. And this is what's crazy about him. Spends millions of dollars to stay alive, right? And then he's right back at the bars. I looked at his Twitter today to analyze and journalize and things, and it was like picture after picture of him at the bar, and this is just like the past week. I'm like, my God, this guy is not calming down. So do I believe this story? Kinda. I don't disbelieve it. That's right, Paladin. Those alcohol shits liquid mess. I mean, he's eating, he's throwing down the beverages. Calm down, Richard Flair. Ricardo Flair. Must be Ricardo, right? Rick's short for Ricardo, if it's just RIC. And I love how they call him Ric Flair with the K.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes it more believable to me as well. Because they're like, we don't know this guy. We heard of this Ric Flair comes to our bar. You know, if it was actually RIC, I'd be like, well, maybe they know who he is. Wrestling fan, whatnot. And it could be a lie.
Yeah, the wrestling fan would know it's RIC. Whereas just someone who's only said his name or heard the name said out loud, like, oh yeah, it's that famous wrestler. It's called Ric Flair, and just assumed it was spelt in that same sort of like the standard.
See, I'm like Columbo. One more question. That's all I got for you. One more question. I always get him on that last question. Did you shit yourself, Rick, for real? That's what I would say. Honestly. He's like, well, I gotta be honest now. Dr. Huge will know if I'm lying. And I will, Rick. With a C. Hey, Cody. Yep. You're the king now, right? You know, I should Photoshop a crown on that head.
What do we want to talk about?
Not you winning. Boring. That would be boring. Two good guys for the King of the Ring, and you win. Okay. Anyway. He's going to come out and be even more cringy with his entrance and the jackets and the cosplaying and the crowns and all. You know he's going to want to wear the crown.
I didn't see it, but would that not have been a good opportunity to turn him heel if they are going to turn him heel at some point? Because he's been friends with Randy Orton for a long time, and yeah, then he could just come out and be that smug prick with the crown and be like, no, I'm the king now, so you've got to treat me as such. If you're trying, we've been told like however many times a face has won the King of the Ring. If this happens to a face, people don't go, "Oh yeah, look, I'm going to like him more because he's got a crown and he's taking this really seriously." They just go, "You're a wanker. Put it down. It's not a real crown."
Yeah, it just feels like more Becky Lynch stuff. It's like, well, we can't just have her mingling with the mid card or anybody else that's on the outskirts of the main event scene. So. We'll give you this. We'll give you somebody else's belt, you know, whatever. It's like, no, he doesn't need it. He shouldn't need it at this point. Randy Orton, did he really need it either? That, to me, this whole King of the Ring thing just felt like a reason to get Randy Orton there, Cody Rhodes, you know what I mean? Like the players like that, Asuka and Jade, of course. But yeah, it's the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring are a big nothing burger to me.
Yeah, to me, it's still the women's King of the Ring competition. Sorry. it's not, you don't need to make everything 50-50. That'd be silly.
That's true. We are getting an Evolution pay-per-view in a couple weeks. They were promoting that during the show.
All right.
Are you all about it? You all geared up for it?
No, it's too much wrestling already. What night of the week is that going to be taken up?
I don't even know. I'm guessing Saturday or Sunday, but, you know, I don't have anything against women or whatever, but, you know, do I need to watch this? I'm not watching more than half of what's out there already. And that's crazy to me because I watch a lot of wrestling, I feel like, and I'm skipping a lot of AEW. I watch here and there, but for the most part, you know, another pay-per-view, and then we got Saturday Night Main Event right after that, too.
All right. Sorry, is it just women only?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I thought NXT had got so big it wasn't seen as the developmental anymore. So I thought they just made a new developmental because NXT wasn't seen in the same light. I didn't realize it was women only. All right, that's interesting to see that they're brave enough now to see if there is that much of a demand for women's wrestling.
Well, they've done it before. We've already had an Evolution pay-per-view back in the day. They just haven't done one in a while.
Right.
This definitely isn't the first one. So,
it was just a one-off though. But if they've got the TV show or a weekly show, whatever you want to call it, I didn't realize they'd pushed on with this.
Yeah.
But no, I won't be watching it. No.
Yeah, I doubt I will be too. Honestly, I'll just watch the highlights or whatever. I mean, yeah. There's nothing really drawing me in. I like Io Sky and stuff, but when's the last time she wrestled? Who knows? Let's take a break. You want to take a 5-minute break here?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah.
I'm gonna go drop a couple dozen deuces. No, more like refill my beverages and all this stuff, and put on some deodorant, take a shower, get a clue. We'll be back in a moment, folks. Here, watch this screen, and we're not ending. We're just about to start the real show. Stay tuned. Right on Time. Banger. That's right. That's a banger. Paladin.
2 back to back.
I wrote that. That's right.
Both of them are 2 of my favorites of yours, to be honest.
Ah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that last one there, it was when I was writing and I was thinking more of like what the 90s techno kind of sounded like.
Right. Did you watch it with the old boy scene in mind first?
That's the only one that I did that with, yes.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people don't even know that movie.
Oh, yeah, I like all 3 of those Vengeance films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do prefer Lady Vengeance, though. I just think the premise and just... Yeah, I just think it's a little bit more interesting because it's more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, what would it be like if someone went and got the victims of, or the victims' families of all of this bad person's sort of like ill deeds, and you got to get revenge on them, and you take a photograph. So it's all, you just, you know, you've got to keep that secret and take it to your grave. Old Boy is a good story, and it's got a nice little twist, just in case anyone's not seen it. But yeah, Lady Vengeance I think is brilliant, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is good. Just that whole who do you cheer for, or who do you want to come out on top, because it's a really shitty situation, but that's what makes it a good cringy film.
What's that Japanese movie that came before Hunger Games? What's the
Battle Royale?
Battle Royale. Yes, I remember loving Battle Royale, and then when the Hunger Games came out, I was like literally pissed. I was just like, what is this? I'm like, so this is Battle Royale, but now with people with made up faces and stuff. And all right,
did you see the second Battle Royale? They made a second one. Yeah, there was a second one. The original guy was like halfway through making it, and then he passed away, and then his son took over. It wasn't as good as the first, but if they'd just done the same thing as the first and ended it the same way, or started it the same way, people would have just gone, it's just the same, done again with a different group of school kids.
Right.
But because they changed the sort of premise of that, where it was like a tag team sort of thing, you had a partner, I just thought it was different. Yeah, it wasn't better, but I do think it's better than what a lot of people will say, because it didn't quite have the impact of the first one.
Yeah, and if you didn't know why we were even talking about all this, it's because of this album, folks. Still Spotify, you know, Apple, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, all my music videos, which reaches nobody. I have an actual artist account on YouTube, and it, like, I could release a million different songs, and it max 50 people maybe, right? So go watch those videos, because you know I put time into them. Why not? Not AI. All of it was me. Thank you. Yep.
No, and they are, just not to blow more smoke for the sake of it, but the videos are well done as well. You've done a good job with them. You should be proud, even if they haven't reached as many people as they should have done.
Yes, thank you. Of course, I didn't film it all and stuff. I'm basically pulling and compiling all, not movies I necessarily love or anything like that. It's just things that seem in my head when I'm listening to a song, it makes me think of certain things. And it's generally fighting scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a way of I think of like having people dancing your videos without dancing. Because it is kind of dance music.
And it's demonstration of scoring as well, because you're essentially just, when you make the videos, you're just showing that you can sort of like just turn that into sound and just capture the mood in musical form.
Mm-hmm. Keep that in mind, all you super rich people that may watch this show someday or listen to the podcast. Lots of ideas, right? But I'm not great with business, obviously. So, all right, let's get back into this wrestling.
That's enough product placement for now.
Yeah, for now. Listen, WWE is much, much worse than the Dr. Huge Show. That was probably the longest bit that I've ever done about plugging anything. Most of the time I just forget. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at my scroll of pictures. Nothing's really striking me or sticking out that we need to really get into. The main thing was Ric Flair pooping his pants, which we've already addressed. It sounds like it was a fact. Let's just go with that. Maybe it was a fact. Allegedly, he does that. I think they pulled the original that post off of Reddit. But again, that makes me feel it's more real, not a fake post. Why would somebody take off a fake post and call him Rick with a K? So, all right. So Goldberg's coming back. So it's pretty unfortunate. You know, he's taking on Gunther. We all knew that this was coming. They kind of prepped us for this. And Gunther came out this week and actually cut a really good promo that nobody's talking about. Scathing promo on this Goldberg, calling him this and that, and you know, all the rest. Go watch it though. But I just had to bring it up because I felt like there's so much wrestling now that everything gets a lot. The only thing anybody's going to remember is that John Cena Punk thing that just happened. Everything else is kind of thrown off to the side. Even the pipe bomb that happened the other night. So let's talk about this. Let's get in depth more with not only the pipe bomb that John Cena did, but the Punkonomics. I seen people during the week this week after John Cena's ripping off of the pipe bomb, and they went, "Oh, see, Punk's going to do the Thugonomics now." And I read that and I went, "Oh, I hope not." And then he did it. So everybody kind of knows what the deal is. We know what you're going to try to do creatively. And the whole point for me of watching wrestling is to be worked and swerved and all this. I don't want to know rumors. I kind of keep up with things to relay the message to the people out here, but I don't really want to know what's going on. And I'm not that interested. I want to be surprised when I watch this. And I'm never surprised. I wasn't surprised by anything in the show today, nor was I surprised that they came out with the Punkonomics. And if you didn't know, Danny, full outfit, Knuckles, the drug-free style. He was basically the Chicago, baseball shirt. And John Cena just let him do it. John Cena wasn't unconscious, laying on a table or anything. He was just in a ring, got interrupted by this guy that was beat him up. John Cena, you're right there. What are you doing? So, yeah. Is anybody else going to remember anything other than this, Danny? What do you think?
Probably not. There was a lot at the end, wasn't there, with that match? A lot of interference and run-ins, ref bumps. So, yeah, that'll be the thing that stands out in everyone's mind the most.
Does it feel forced? Like, I mean, creatively.
It all does now, sadly, which is, yeah. I feel like it all does now.
I mean, Penta runs out. Why? Because you got a feud with Bronson Reed or whatever. Flip him around. Sami Zayn comes out. He's going to feud with another one of the goons. Punk and Rollins are in the ring. Cena gets the skate off free. I get how all the working parts work. But when Penta came out, remember I just started laughing because I'm like, to me, it's just like, what are you doing here? Like, what is this? So
yeah, I know a lot of people like him. You've given him some praise, but I just see him as a schlub from AAW. He's just he comes out and it's just he can do the flips, but you could get so many other people to do the same flips. The only thing different is his stupid and. It's just like anyone can do daft hand gestures. And like, well done if you sell some t-shirts and some gloves and some masks for doing your hand gestures. But we're just currently promoting Jey Uso for saying, thank you. And that's about it. Because once he gets in the ring, like we've said to death, it's boring. It's just the same. And you see his leg slaps a mile off. He's not as sharp and clean as he thinks he is, or WWE think he is. And I'm just not impressed. And I don't want to see either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed fight with Penta. I think they should be well above his level. And the same with Sami the Bum Zayn. But WWE like him.
Wouldn't it make more sense if they were going to have like a Penta getting involved with the Seth Rollins crew and all this, that you would have Phoenix also getting involved? And I know he's on another show, but again, that's just putting them on two shows like that to premiere them is cool, but they get it over with. They're going to be linking up and becoming a tag team pretty shortly, I think. But for right now, the people seem to like it. They do have great entrances themselves, and the music. A lot of why the kids like the wrestlers they do is because of that and the image and all this. So who knows? Maybe they won't be tagging up soon.
Yeah, if you're going to have them both attacking either Reed or breaker, then fair enough, I'd buy that. There's two of them. They might be tiny, but there's 2 versus 1, so I'd believe that that's like, yeah, that's going to keep that guy distracted from carrying out Seth Rollins' evil deeds. But when it's just 1-on-1 and then Sami Zayn's going 1-on-1 after he's already had a match that night, and it's just like, I'm not buying that shit.
Yeah. It doesn't make much sense. And why is Sami Zayn involved with them again? I can't even remember why he's involved with them. Because that was like months ago, Sammy. And in wrestling terms, that's like years with all these shows. So let me get you. That's Braun Breaker. Don't mind the dog barking. It's Braun Breaker down there. And Sami Zayn was feuding with Seth Rollins. Remember, my vision, and you're not a part of it. That whole thing. He could have went over to the SmackDown, but he didn't, and actually had a match against John Cena, which none of that made sense either. Like, I get you were trying to do that to put him over. No, he's a man of his word. He's going to stay and try to fight Seth Rollins and do it the right way or whatever. No. You should have went over to SmackDown and gotten your opportunity. But no, you'd rather stick around and run out in the middle of Seth Rollins trying to steal people's spots and titles. I don't get it.
So that's his interest in the angle, is Seth Rollins. I thought it was with Heyman, because he was previously in the bloodline with Heyman. So
I'm thinking out loud. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not saying it's still because of Seth Rollins, but what's happened? He attacked Seth Rollins' people. He essentially stopped Seth from accomplishing his goal. So I think that's the main reason why he's still doing it. If we're looking like at the long-term picture of a couple months. Because, these guys are bouncing around everywhere. Sami Zayn is AJ Styles to me, because Karrion Kross was just doing that AJ Styles bit with him for months, and then it just bleeds into this. And I'm like, wait a second, wasn't that AJ Styles? What is he doing? He's better than Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, this stuff, believe it or not, as silly as it is, this stuff is hard to keep up with, because they're shaking and moving sometimes. And it's at things you're not paying attention to, because we're all looking at John Cena and CM Punk, trying to figure that whole thing out, why, Penta and Sammy are out there. We get why Rollins is out there. But are we doing a WCW versus NWO type deal or not? Because you might as well go all the way with it, because that would make more sense. Be like, oh, you got the Rollins crew, right? Maybe even add another member, and now that would make sense why Penta has to team up with Sammy, and who else hates Rollins? Punk and Drew McIntyre, maybe even if he comes back. And you can have all these working parts, because Drew McIntyre hates CM Punk as well. Posted about him this past weekend, so I'm expecting to see him sooner or later. Just it feels like it feels messy.
maybe they wanted to give the appearance that it might be Drew that got involved. If they've had Drew talking shit about him, they might have thought, well, if people see that, then they'll expect him to be the one that comes and interferes tonight. And then it was somebody different. I don't know. We said last week that WWE under Triple H likes to just like put little bits of misinformation out there just to get the marks and the dirt sheets chatting and possibly trying to deceive them a little bit.
No, you Triple H. You sneaky Triple H over here. We know what you're up to. Look at that. That's him in Saudi Arabia this weekend. He grew back his hair for the weekend. They have everything. He grew his hair back in Saudi Arabia because they got the tech for it. Mm-hmm. Not us.
Miz is on his knees underneath that picture. Sorry, Miz. I like you, really.
Poor Miz. Miz is in America right now. CM Punk's over in Saudi Arabia. Did you say Miz or Mrs.?
I said Miz. I like both Miz and Mrs.
Okay. I'm just making sure I got the accent down. I think I do.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I posted that video of us talking about all the video games, and I just let all your fucks go right through.
Right.
I didn't whoa on any of those fucks. And because I didn't even notice because the final stage of it or whatever. I wasn't even looking for it. Just went like almost like white noise or something. I'm like, how did that happen? I'm like, I knew it was going to happen too, and it still snuck through 2 times. Yep,
Sorry, I do try and restrain myself.
No, it's fine. You do the best out of all of us when it comes to that. The sleaze, I gotta edit every 2 seconds. He's like, fuckity fuck. In one sentence. I'm like, oh man, I hope we're not talking about anything interesting right now. Yeah. So you wrestling people, I mean, I hope you're liking this future of wrestling that they're doing for you. Everything's essentially the same, but you're just gonna get a lot of it. Lots of it.
The adverts change at times, though. They get different adverts in there, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah, people just show up and disappear. Stories change on a dime. That's all the stuff we've been going through over the past few months. Becky Hogan just coming in, throwing her weight around. Seth Rollins is my husband, and I want this, and I want that, and I'm the IC champ, and I'm this and that. And people are like, why don't you talk about Monet then? And I'm like, I do, but then again, I don't care that much because I can't watch all this wrestling. I'm not watching her and all her stupid titles because it's so stupid. I'm not even bothering to watch. So how about that? Becky Lynch is at least better than that. And then we have like this guy. You're so wise, but you can't. You and the architect, two of the wisest people in all of wrestling, can't figure out how to cash in a briefcase in a month. Got it. Where are you?
When you've got 2 units beside you as well, it's not just Heyman and Rollins putting the brains together. They've got 2 absolute tanks beside them. And Sorry, continue.
No, I like things to make sense, and that made sense to me. What you just said. This guy's still gone, still crying in the car somewhere. There's that live picture of that. It's getting screwed over and over and over again. You were a champion recently, albeit 5 seconds, but Damian Priest, nobody believes in Damian Priest. Even Uncle Old School, I talked to him the other day, and he said, what's with this Damian Priest guy? He's like, they just need to not give him a microphone. I just started laughing because he knows nothing about the internet. This is all coming straight from him, just watching wrestling ever since the 50s and 60s. That's why he kind of still believes in it, believe it or not. But he's just like, stop giving this guy a microphone. So, yeah, get it together. It's the it factor thing, meaning like, sure, does he flub a line or two when he's out there? It's got to be tough doing this stuff, talking in front of, millions of people watching on TV and everything. And you might lose your job if you really screw up. So, but he just doesn't have that it factor where you got to really not give a shit, throw all that out the window and just go in what you're trying to do. Kind of like what Karrion Kross has done. And sometimes you need that, like, push that, like, maybe you won't be here much longer, so you might as well do something to get over. That's where I feel, not necessarily with Priest where he's going to be like leaving the company anytime soon, but I think he could easily become demoted and then demoted and then at NXT all of a sudden again. You'd be like, why is he in NXT as champion, right? So wasn't Finn Balor. So that's my take on that. My goodness, so many takes. And you're down on Priest. Do you just want him to leave the company altogether? He should just go to AEW or TNA?
I don't think he's... You're not going to like this. I don't think he's... No, I don't think he should go to either of those. I think he should find something else to do.
Manage more titty bars?
Yeah, if that's what floats his boat. He's not the worst person in the world. I've never said that. It's just he's not nearly as good as they think he is or want him to be. Yeah, I think he sees himself as like Razor Ramon. I think he thinks he's still like, because Scott Hall was apparently his favorite wrestler. Yeah, he sees himself better, and WWE see him so much better than he actually is. And he can flub the odd line. I mean, Owen Hart did. Brett didn't get much confidence talking in front of people until he started using these, and that's just the way some people are. But he's not got the aura that they think he has. So then when they push him out there, he suffers.
I think he makes up for the aura a little bit just because of how big he is, especially with
Yeah.
WWE.
Yeah, and a lot of other people in NXT when he was first coming up were just like Johnny Gargano size and threatening levels. So it's like, yeah, by proxy, he did look a lot more intimidating and he sounded a lot more intimidating. But then he gets in the ring and he's not got the stance. He's quite limp-wristed when he throws his punches, and yeah, he doesn't have that sort of, like, to me, the legit tough guy sort of thing. He's just a big guy.
Well, get well soon, Priest. In character form, we're talking. So, all right, what else do I have here? I was thinking about maybe even just doing this for 10 minutes. We could just
G.
give ourselves some breaks like CM Punk and Cena did this afternoon every once in a while. And then we can always, in the middle of this, I go, well, I don't want to say anything for a few more minutes. So just like they do on TV, remember they run it back. So you got the whole Yeet Fest for 20 minutes where he initially comes out, Jey Uso I'm talking about, on Monday Night Raw. This is what I've been watching every week, Danny, and this is going on top of compounding on my ability that I'm about to have to get rid of Netflix for life, brother, because 20 minutes of Raw is this. And then they get to the ring, and then he goes, all right, okay, everybody, I know what you want. It's just never ending.
You got the Teletubbies over there, didn't you? Are you familiar with the Teletubbies kids program? Yeah, they'd show like a little video which wasn't actually like with the Teletubbies, and then when it came back, they'd just do like a childish thing that kids like repetition, so they just go again, and they play the exact same pre-filmed video with like some kids singing a song in a school or something. And yeah, when they do that with Jey Uso, it's just, that's all I see is just the Teletubbies going again. We want it again.
We're going to get so over with this. Look at Paladin likes it. Let's just keep doing it for a little while. Why not? I like this better than thinking. Come on, Danny.
No yeet.
Give us some no yeets, no?
No.
Yeet it out of my mind over here. I think I lost everybody over 40 that's been listening, though, Danny. I think that's how it works. The kids love it. The adults hate it.
You press that so many times, then the Y turned into a J. I'm not going to say that loud because YouTube might smack your bottom. But so they do that. They do it the second time, like you say. Then they'd go to commercials, and then when they came back from commercials, they'd be like, previously, before the commercials, and then they'd show it again.
Oh wait, we got double the yeets over here. Triple, quadruple. We did it. Whoo, that is a workout, even with one arm. And I got to watch myself because somebody could screen capture that and put a Nazi sticker on my arm, and I'd be kicked off the internet all over again. You need a second? Oh, no, you're just putting it away? Okay. I mean, are we doing really anything different than Monday Night Raw or WWE in total? I don't think so. And you're getting this for free. You have to pay for that.
A lot of money.
And a lot of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I suppose a lot of the wrestling fans would have had Netflix anyway, but...
If you need to go at any time, just let me know. I can always just sit here for the next hour or two. I'll probably just spend the rest of the night. I got nothing going on tonight, right? I'm not going anywhere. I don't have any life. I'm just going to go. I could do this all day, Danny. All day. All the live long day. So, all right. I'll give it a rest for now, folks. But
Thank you.
So we talked about that. How about Julia? Julia is now the U.S. champion. Kids are very happy. We saw this coming a mile away. Once she started cutting promos against Zelina, it's like, yeah, Zelina, give that thing up to Julia. Not on the same level. Sorry, sweetie, honey. So I like that. Do you like that?
I don't think I know who you mean by Julia. The only one I can think of is the one from AEW that was in the faction with Aleister Black, Malachi Black.
This is Julia with a G.
Right.
She's got the braids now. She came from somewhere overseas.
I don't think I've seen her, actually. But yeah, just not having the belt on Zelina Vega, I've stated before.
You've heard of Stephanie Vacker, though.
Yeah.
What's funny is Julia came in to NXT before Stephanie Vacker, and all the shine was put on Julia, like this is the next big thing. Right. Then Vacker was kind of like the second in line, like, and Stephanie, you know, she's from over here, and she's coming in too, 2 international stars, right? Then Stephanie Vacker just like totally overshined her. And that's probably why you don't even know. You know Stephanie Vacker, you don't know Julia, and Julia is the one they were trying to put over first.
I've just quickly looked, and yeah, I didn't realize that's how the name's pronounced. But yeah, that's I have seen.
Did you think her name was Julia?
Yeah, I didn't think it was pronounced that way.
Julia. What movie was that from?
I don't know.
That was a comedy movie, so maybe it was named Julia Gulia. And then Married with Children, we had Marcy Darcy. And on the Howard Stern show, Richard Christie's wife is Christy Christie. How about that? That's real life, though. Imagine being named Christy Christie. So, yep. Julia, you're the champ. You're the best in the world. Best in the USA, technically. And what else is happening? Bailey being pretty cunty to Lyra lately. She went to take on Big Time Bex. No, she's back to being the man, right? And yeah, that happened. I mean, what am I going to say about that? I don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. I'm just reading it because I wrote it down for some reason. It might have been interesting a week ago, right? Well,
Bailey is better as a heel, though. I think that's quite just common knowledge now. After seeing her just as the stupid right all the time, it was just really refreshing to see her be a heel and just act like a prick. And then even though when she turned face, she wasn't as like, Eugenie, we'll just say, for YouTube. She was, it wasn't as good. But yeah, when she's being a prick, she's a lot better.
I'm with you. Way better heel. And how about this story? Let's bring up the screen here. So LFG came back this week. He'll give you a little context here. LFG's back. The legends and future greats. The first season was okay. It started off pretty interesting, and then it kind of fell off. But I watched the last episode and everything, caught up with it. And it seems like so far they had one premiere last week. And I'm like, it's back already? Like season premiere, season 2. And I'm like, what? So it was an hour long, so they cut it down. I think it was an hour and a half. I know the last one was 3 hours, which is crazy. Oof. But they seem to have done everything I was talking about, like what they should be doing with this show, where they're working more of the works in, like showing them backstage. If you're going to show these people backstage, show them as if they're really at odds with one another. We can't have a bunch of shows with people hugging backstage and going, oh, all right, let's do great together. And then they go out there and beat each other up. It's just, I can't tell you how bad that is for business. I don't think the corporate gets it, especially TKO. I don't think Vince would have ever done anything like this. Not this open where they're like, go back, like season 1 of LFG, go backstage and everybody's hugging and kissing and everything. No. That stinks. Because then it just, how am I supposed to believe anything going forward from these people? So this season, they're doing it better. They're actually acting the part backstage and making it a lot more believable. I think there was a work in there going on with Booker T, He's very upset with Taker and his wife, which he should be. She got the first 2 picks because she's the new member on the show. Not only did Taker win last year and edge Booker out, but now his wife is a coach. So it's basically 2-on-2 because it's Booker and Dudley that are the other ones. And so, like, if Taker wins or his wife wins, it's like they win. The Taker family is going to win. So she gets the first 2 picks because she's new, and then she takes Booker's top 2 prospects that he's been working with this whole time. And he seemed pissed. He stormed off in the whole thing. And again, in reality show form, whether it's real or not, I believe it was to a certain extent. Maybe he overblew it. Maybe he doesn't really care, right? But it was great. But then this happened a day after the show, and I was kind of like, whoa. I wonder if these people are too much of noobs. They possibly might. Where's my videos? I didn't want this. Hold on. This is going to take 1 second, folks. Yeah, it's gone. So hold on. I got it right here. We're going to screen share for a moment.
Oh, you've gone. It's just me. So Chris Island said, I'm letting you know on all socials. Mention my name again in one of your ill social media clickbaits. I'm kicking your front door in and handling shit. I'm not and never will be one to play like that. Will be the one to play like that, sorry. They need to get a room, to be honest. Where have you gone, man? I think you kicked yourself out. It's just me. Cyberbully the government. Only cyberbully. Don't do it properly. Some of you take it a bit too far over there. Well, I suppose we do over here too. But there you are. You're back.
Hey, you get back on your side. There we go. Look at me. I'm so professional. So
yeah. I felt like Garth in Wayne's World then. And he's just there like, I'm having a great time.
And I'm sure he's a young kid, probably 23, 24, something like that. And even if he's older, but this is one thing you got to get down, bro. You don't want to be blocking Dr. Huge and other people for nonsense like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Zelina Vega and Cody Rhodes did, and who else? Millions of others, many others. You don't want to do that because a lot of people. I mean, are we really going to get mad about this? You can say, hey, this isn't cool or something, and people would be a lot more now because now you're just asking for it because now look at this. You click on the thread. What do you think's going to happen, Danny? It's just going to be more, you're being homophobic. Shut up, man. Daddy, chill. We know y'all kissed, buddy. You struck a nerve, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. And
yeah, I thought that was just going to be all. If you scroll down to that first one with Chad Gable, I just thought it was going to be an entire thread of that, which I was going to say was brilliant.
Yeah, it's just, and this is a lesson for all of us. It's no big deal, but hey, is it really? Ignore everybody. How about that? Something pisses you off, ignore it. Nobody's going to think any worse of you if you somebody clowns you and you don't respond. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not that big of a deal. And what else do we have here? Love scrolling through the feed. Oh, there's Cody. That was him at Fanatics, or maybe landing in Saudi Arabia, or just eating a hot dog on the corner. But there he is. For everybody on the podcast, Cody Rhodes Glizzy and another hot dog. You're welcome.
What do we want to talk about?
I do have more notes. I'm just checking the feed real quick. There was a few other things I wanted to point out. Taker. Yeah. Well, maybe there's nothing else. Maybe there is nothing else. A lot of these guys popping up lately, though, Danny.
Oh, yeah.
The adventures of the guy who just started paying attention. People are just starting to pay attention to things. A little bit. You're doing great out there, everybody. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. No
In
more
wrestling or just in general life?
in general life.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, in wrestling, well, to me at least, it's like noticing how terrible AEW has become. That was like a year ago. All of a sudden, like a big chunk of people all of a sudden just noticed and was like, "Oh yeah, this is dog shit now, isn't it? When did this happen?" And then just a large number of more podcasts and videos and things like that appeared. But it's, yeah,
Telling you, Tony Khan will shill for you. I will anyway. Danny will be. He'll be the he'll be the other guy, the bad guy on the show, and I'll tell everybody how great you are, great the company is, how awesome, hitting John Moxley in the spine with a rusty bat with nails on it is what's best for business. I'll say all that. Just pay up. I'm here for it, though. Mm-hmm.
I'll work in your toy store, Tony, but I'll be somewhere between Randall from Clerks and Bernard from Black Books. Somewhere in between those characters. I'm not going to say nice things about you, little prick.
See? Yep, you'll shill. The sleaze will shill, I'm sure. King Reezy. His name is Japanese. He'll do whatever. He doesn't care. He's got a Japanese name. He's from Minnesota, I believe. You should change his name to Prince. Or his screen name be the Lake of Minnetonka or something. Yep. So we covered that. Chris Island, you also get well. Heed my advice. Because I know all about this wrestling stuff. I know all about this IWC. They say all kinds of stuff. You know what? Maybe be even meaner. And then they'll get talking even more, and it'll be great. It'll be good for you. You know how many fans? I've actually gotten a decent amount of fans from people talking bad about me. And they would talk bad about me so much, Danny, that they were like, I need to check this out. And then they would come over and go, I actually like this. How crazy is that?
Yeah, sometimes people hear things they don't agree with, and then once they warm to the idea and see that they might have been wrong, then yeah, you're going to get some fans.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear about this Liver King situation?
With Joe Rogan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to inform the public here? Who is the Liver King anyway? I've heard of him, but I didn't know too much about him. I know about the situation, though, a little bit. But who is the Liver King? I
wasn't familiar with him really as much until I've just heard about this. I didn't watch him the first time round, but it was a survival sort of like YouTuber or video documenter where it was just like, I eat bloody raw animal parts or just fresh animal parts. Some of which might have not been the healthiest bits to eat. I don't know. It doesn't seem...
So does he have like parasites in his brain or something?
That's what some people have said. And if he was so sort of like open to just eat anything, just to be like, yeah, look how manly I am because I'm just going to go and eat this thing, it's not the best. He doesn't. He seems a bit stressed or a bit wired or something in a lot of these videos, but yeah, it's another product of reality TV or the internet post-reality TV era.
You know who else eats meat like this? Well, I don't think he eats raw meat. Or maybe that's why some of his takes are the way they are. But Eric Bischoff.
Right.
I seen him shirtless the other day because I was looking for it, everybody. Right?
I'm not gay no more.
No, I still am. So I was looking up Eric Bischoff shirtless, and I found him with DDP, and he was talking about, I've never gotten a pump like that in my life because DDP yoga is the shiznit. Because I'll still show for you, DDP. Thanks for coming on the show back in the day. Still got his number in my phone. I'll never call it though, because when it's just weird. Why would I call DDP? But he come out and he's like ripped, and Eric Bischoff kind of his whole stomach area looked like the Liver King when I saw it, and I thought, oh, that's right. Eric Bischoff eats like all meat stuff too, and he like lives in Montana and just like eats animals. Like he picks up a cow and just starts like eating it, and like, oh, that. So he's got the belly like this, where it's like a 6-pack, but the 6-pack's halfway up in between his chest, and it looks kind of wonky. But hey, he's in his 70s. You look great. No diddy, Eric. Come on the show someday. I've been trying to get you on. You ignore me. You know who you are. You know who you are, and you know who I am. And you know that I know who you are. And you've given me money before for doing the show. So do us all a favor. Yourself first. Get on the show. And let's talk about how you just eat meat like the Liver King. Thank you.
But yeah, so have you got a video or anything to play for the Liver King? Or at least a picture of, if you watch.
Use your imagination, folks.
Yeah,
this one's wild. He looks like a caveman.
Yeah, he's let his beard grow up long, and he's a bit unhinged, to be honest. He's started making comments about Joe Rogan, a commentator called John Bravo, and I've forgotten the third person. But they're all people that have either said he's not naturally as shredded as he is, that he's had help from other influences. Yeah,
LeBron James juice, maybe?
Yeah. And then, he's just started lashing out and he's made threats. And I think there was one video where he had like an axe and like a picture with Joe Rogan's logo on it, and he then decided to go to where Joe Rogan is, and the bloody police picked him up and they'd let him out, and he's still just like, this isn't over. And it's like, man, he's got an ankle bracelet on now. It's just the situation just keeps escalating, and he doesn't know when to back off from it, I think.
He just kept making like the same video over and over. Like it was like him. Imagine a wrestler like cutting the same promo over and over and over. And he was doing different things in all these promos. Like one, he was like crawling on all fours up to the camera and then cut the same promo. Then one, he was holding like these golden like guns inside his house, and he's cutting the same promo. And it's basically like, we gotta fight. Come on, Joe Rogan, we gotta fight now, and because of my family. And it made absolutely no sense. But yeah, he was just stuck on repeat.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to end, because he doesn't seem like he's backing off. And I think if anyone was forced to defend themselves, either hand to hand or otherwise, I think they'll be justified, because he keeps making threats and he's been arrested and let out. And yeah, I mean, Joe Rogan could just like give him a spinning back kick and just put him through like 3 building walls.
Joe's going to be like, I'm going to ignore this and blah, blah, blah. I already know. I know this Joe Rogan. I know a lot of guys like that in this area because he's from my area too, even though he's a West Coast guy now.
Right.
But yeah, he's going to ignore it and be like, yeah, whatever. You should fight him, Joe. Get in an octagon, get the gloves on and all this. You talk all the big game, you do this, and you kick back. Yeah, you can kick the shit out of a bag. Sure you can. You're really good at kicking bags. But can you kick a man? He doesn't know how to fight. He even says that in his promos over and over. He can't get down like that. He's like, oh, you probably will choke me out. He's asking for you to choke him out. He loves it. He's like, I would love that. So do it. What's the big deal? What are you training all the time and you got them little muscles for what? Use them. Now you can use them. You can make a ton of money off of it. Is the guy a lunatic and would he bite you in there? Maybe you want to consider those things. But other than that, I would see no problem if you're a real man, like, right? Like Liver King said, be a man and, come on. Just fight me, Joe. And that's honestly, I don't think it's that bad. The video with him holding the guns is kind of weird. You might not want to be holding guns. If you
The axe one as well, that was
right, yeah. But I mean, if you honestly just want to fight Liver King, you crazy bastard, then tell him you want a straight UFC octagon fight. Put him on the undercard CM Punk style. People will be very upset about it, and then they will also pay for it. I think that's the way to deal with this.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. It could just be a bit of attention seeking and a publicity stunt, but when you get the police involved and
the police should referee it.
It seems like it's gone a bit far for just a bit of publicity.
Just and then this match will have a cage over the top of the octagon, while police inside the ring in every corner. It'll be a whole thing, a whole spectacle. That's what I want. Maybe add like a pit with sharks in it in the middle, or alligators. Yeah, let's go full Running Man with this. It's the year 2025. We're like 2 years past the Running Man at this point, at least. So it's time if we're gonna do this reality thing, right, Danny? Can we get some like violence and death-defying stunts involved? That's what I want. And then the liver people there's so many Liver Kings out here that would do that. Come on, they love the spotlight.
Are you saying to put them all on an island and make a reality TV show? Like Battle Royale, but...
Wouldn't even need that. You can do like a Squid Games thing. You know, we can do it right here. We got plenty of land in America. They act like we're overpopulated. We are not overpopulated. That is a myth.
Yeah. Texas could handle quite, like, most of you couldn't, I think. It's that big.
Seriously. I think the whole country could just go to Texas. And there'd be plenty of... The rest of the land could just go back to the earth. And the animals. Just like I Am Legend. Yep. So what else we got here? Got a few more things. Ryback thought Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes were talking about him on the podcast. Didn't make a big fuss out of it, but I remember he wrote something on. Where is it? I don't think I retweeted it. Maybe I did. It's got to be around here somewhere.
You lost me at Ryback thought.
Aren't you Ryback's biggest fan?
No.
Oh, what?
It was a nice idea when he first came into it, but then, like we said with Damian Priest earlier, it's like, yeah, he's not what you think he's able to do. He looks the part, and you can, if you get someone to talk about him and sell him, then go for it. But then once he started trying to talk and once he started trying to work, it's like, no, he's going to drop some Paul Booger on the head sooner or later.
Well, what came out of it anyway? He thought they were talking about him without saying his name. Kevin Owens let him know we weren't. And he was like, whoops, my bad. And then went on to make a whole statement like, I was wrong and, you know, whatever.
Did he do another poll where he asked the people what he should do next? Go to TNA, AW, or retire? And then they all voted retire. And then he deleted the poll. And then he did it again and people voted the exact same way. And he thought he was going to get a different answer.
That's why would you post it? I mean, I get it posting it once. Okay, I get it. You're trying to drum up, which, by the way, podcasters do this all the time. Don't ever go, hey, would you guys like a show today? Or would you like this? Or would you like... They don't give a fuck. Do it. Just do it or don't do it. You know, nobody else has to get involved in it. Okay. If you're gonna do the show, you're gonna do it. Would you like me to talk about comic books? I never do that. You're doing whatever I want to do, everybody. This is what upsets me with these people. And Ryback is like that kind of guy. Like, would you guys like to see me be the best in the world and have all the championship belts? Like, that's probably, yeah, come on. You're gonna get trolled. And then you're gonna do it again? After you've seen the results of the trolling, you thought it was gonna be better? Like, oh, we were just kidding on that first one, but now that you put out a second poll. So yeah, I'm with you. That's it. I'm sorry, Ryback. Big fan, huge fan. You should be a Hall of Famer, right? All that stuff, just in case I meet you in person. But you know, it's goofy. But he's starting to he's coming to, I think. With this last thing. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna tell everybody. This is another tactic that people do online is they stop with the forcing of the stuff, like what we were just talking about with polls and things. And then they go, listen, I'm a great guy because I was wrong, everybody. I was wrong. I talked to Kevin Owens. Me and Kevin Owens like this. I love him because you guys love him, right? Right. So now you love me, right? That's how I'm reading a lot of that, because it was a long post to tell everybody, oops, about a situation that nobody really cared about in the first place. That was construction and manufactured in your own head, to insert yourself. Now it's Cody Rhodes and KO had a podcast with Ryback in mind, but they didn't.
Calls into Cody's podcast like, were you talking about me? It's like, no.
That would
No,
have been
we're
amazing.
talking about another clumsy sack of shit. Sorry. Next caller.
There's a list out there of injured WWE wrestlers, which is why, with what happened with this last match we just watched with Penta and Sammy and all this, it's kind of like they're thrown into these spots because there's just a ton of injuries. No KO, no this guy, no that guy. There's a list online. I've seen them like 10, 15 different people that you're like, oh yeah, he's hurt too. El Americano Grande, Liv Morgan. And so
Is
that's
Chad
why-
Gable injured?
Yeah. Like for real. So you're not getting Chad Gable or El Americano Grande because he's going to be by his bedside. That's what they said.
Right.
So that's going on, and that's probably why things are as wonky as they are. What we got here? Oh, SmackDown. I'm hearing again. They're going back to 2 hours. And
That's
it's actually happening this time, I think, when? July. Sometime July. Next week or two. But good. Don't need 3 hours of SmackDown.
No.
Been there, done that.
And there's already like another 8 hours of WWE weekly wrestling to go to watch as well. So, yeah.
And on a Friday, because even a lot of the younger people that may want to watch this, when you start to get to be like 16, 17, 18, you're not trying to be watching TV on a Friday night. You're trying to go out there and you're trying to get tang and do drugs and drink alcohol and get yourself killed and stuff like that. That's what young people are generally trying to do. And they don't think that it will ever happen because they're invincible. Nothing bad will ever happen, but it will. So you might want to roll it back and stay in for a couple 2-hour SmackDowns. You can do that, right? Better than doing drugs, right, CM Punk? Right. All right, so what else we got? Godfather flipped his car a bunch of times. I don't know if I talked about that last week, but...
No?
Yeah, he got in a bad truck accident with his pickup. And I guess a car flipped over a bunch of times, and he was unscathed. Walked away, not a bumper bruise. Keep it down, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker. Oh my God, this dog. Anyway, one of the last few things we're going to talk about. First, a few rumors. Is Sasha Banks and Beast Mortos dating? Is that really a thing? Do we have Sasha Banks?
Look, I hate talking about my feelings.
There she is.
You always do this, okay? I love that you're a good person. I love that you love everybody. I love that you want to be friends with everybody. I love that little girls look up to you.
Beast Mortos.
I love that you're always there for me when I don't even ask you to be. And for some reason, you always can tell when something's wrong. So I just don't understand why you don't get it.
Yeah, why don't you get it, Beast Mortos?
Sounds like he does get it.
I
heard this rumor as well. I'm not one for the rumor mill, but I did hear this one. Yeah,
TMZ, I believe. Do you think he's plowing Sasha Banks with the mask on?
Maybe.
Oh, to this music, right?
I love you.
No, I was looking for that, and she's like,
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Beast Mortos. They don't call him Beast for nothing. What do you think, Sasha Banks? So come on the show and tell us all about it. I would love the exclusive, a Dr. Huge exclusive on your relationship. And everything that you do in the bedrooms, in your hotel rooms, do you wear all the belts? Does he wear the mask? Do you wear sunglasses? Right? Are you eating those dinners? Does room service come up with the dinners? Because she eats dinners ringside now, Danny.
Right.
That's one thing I've seen in AEW. Multiple times she's done this. So bring Beast Mortos out to the ring with you. What are you, cheap? You're the breadwinner. Anyway.
I bet he eats a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, right. She just makes him eat ramen and stuff. That's why he's so big. Oh, we got Fanatics. So there was this Fanatics thing this past weekend. Oh, I hated it. I hated it so much. There was it's like the ultimate phony con. Let's have all the phonies come to the phony con. And I get it. A lot of celebrities are there. Do you know what a Fanatics is?
Isn't it where they do all the merchandise and then
Yes.
not merchandise, like all the memorabilia from like people's wrestling boots and
they're hoarding it all. All the
unitard and
Yep. All these collectibles, it's all getting sucked into Fanatics, and everything's now becoming overpriced. And again, they're not getting all these celebrities on the cheap either. Tom Brady's there, messing around in entrances to Cody Rhodes music with Eli Manning. Then you got, it's just the one thing that really I came away from this Fanatics deal was backstage, you see all the handlers, right? The kids call them the Illuminati. The Illuminati people are backstage. The people that we cannot speak of, come from certain areas on the planet where we're just not allowed to talk about these people, right?
The mole people or the lizard.
No, it's not that deep yet, Danny. I'm not getting that deep. They're just let's call them the juice. The juice was there, and people I didn't even really hear a lot of these people, but they control the industry, and you could see on the looks on the influencers' faces and other people like that backstage, they were all like shooketh, like we're in with the top of the NWOs and stuff, like, oh no. And it was very weird. It was weird that they would put out content like that, like, oh my god, did you see that guy that just came up to me, like, and it's like the Logan Pauls of the world and whatnot. And then they're selling all a baseball. Literally, they're selling people little pieces of cardboard. And I get it. I'm a big collector of things and stuff. But I also understand, too, that these companies, they hate everybody. They just want your money. So they'll make a piece of cardboard and go, this is a 101 or something. And go, hey, it's $1 million. And it's Brock Purdy or some shit, right? Never won a Super Bowl or anything. And it's like, wait a second. Why is a Brock Purdy rookie more than, name any Hall of Famer, right? Like, how does that make any sense? But then you could go get a Hall of Famer's rookie card from the 70s or whatever, and it's probably like $300, $600 in good shape. Like, this collecting thing is such a scam, especially the modern stuff. Holy shit. And people are buying into it. Like you were telling me earlier today about the comic books and the variants. Tell us more, because what is up with these variants? There's a lot of them.
One of my friends has a tabletop game shop, which also does comic books and manga and all different hobbies. I rent like office space or table space to work, and I occasionally like help out with the shop or hang around there. But yesterday, I was picking a bloody G.I. Joe comic, and the description was like cover H. So it's like, that's at least 7. It was issue 8. So it's not like it was issue 1 or issue 50 or issue 100, something worth celebrating, but just the random 8th issue of the G.I. Joe comic had at least 7 variants. It's just, completely unnecessary. And they know that there's some people there who are just like obsessive compulsive or that have more money than sense, will just need to get all of those, to get all 7 of them. And it's like just for nothing other than like a completionist sort of like fix. And that's what it is with a lot of the things. It's like a fix. And then you get like all the Pokemon cards and the Magic cards, and there's like that big random element of like what you're going to get, and you got people scalping, and the shop has to actually like put like a restriction on how many packets of something people can get, because they just turn up with a wheelbarrow and just fill it all. And you know, bollocks to the kids that want to play the next generation. Sorry, they don't matter. We'll just get all the cards and just sell them online, and it's out of control. And apparently, what they're going to be doing with maybe just Pokemon, but possibly other cards as well of that nature, is making people open them as they've bought them, like in the shop, so they know they're not going to scalp online, or they're going to possibly offer cheaper products if they do that. Because I can't see everybody wanting to like wrestle people to the ground and be like, "You will open these cards now. You've paid for them." And because I know a lot of people would just be like, "Oh, piss off," and just I'll open them. I'll do what I want with my cards. But yeah, it's out of hand, and like I say, without being all, is it Reverend Lovejoy's wife? Won't think someone please think of the children. It's short-sighted, because yeah, if you've got no one playing in a few years' time, that's obviously going to be detrimental to your hobby.
Yep, they're totally screwing it up, and every front, because the criminals have made their way in. They came in through COVID. Once there was all this downtime, the criminals, they were like, "Whoa!" And now it's like, and the thing is, I believe the criminals now they look legit. They have legit shops. They go to cons, but like none of the stuff they have is real. It's wild stuff going on. Because I mean, the way people can replicate things now is they can do it pretty damn well and fool even the best, people that are into and then the other thing is these large companies, there are all these grading companies and things. My brother sent in a Walter Payton rookie. I know it's a Walter Payton rookie. He's had it his whole life. I know the card. They said it wasn't real. He's had it this whole time. Since the 70s. And it's not real. So now it comes back, and then they're going to put it in a casing or a slip or something and go, yep. So you take it back out and put it back, and now you're down however much, which is a lot now, just to get something graded. You could get something graded, like a comic book graded, and it will instantly be like $15. It's like, wait a second, it costs $30 to just grade the thing. And then all the shipping and everything else. And the comic itself, which is the comic books cost minimum most of the time, unless it's like a Spawn or something else, like $4 an issue. And the other ones are like $5-6. Up to a lot of DC comics are $8. So yeah, kids aren't going into the comic shops anymore and going, yeah, I'll take this and that and that. You'll be $50 in no time. And then all them books will cost $25 within a couple months. But
there's so many people that think they're onto something. So many people like buy Pokemon cards or buy comics with variant covers, and they just think that once they've bought it, that's it. It's all of a sudden gonna be worth thousands and thousands, and it's like, no, everyone else had the same idea. The amount of people that go into the shop and they're sort of like, oh, I've got this great idea to buy some Pokemon cards, and I'm going to sell them. I'm going to get some good ones and sell them on eBay. And it's like, yeah, you and everyone else that stands outside on release day and waits for them to come out. It's like, it's not that easy. This is, it looks like, it's like scratch card behavior. People get really, really sort of like tweaky about opening the cards and making sure they get good stuff, and they remember the exact day and time of when they've pulled certain cards, and yeah, it's quite obsessive, and they do it with comics. Instead of just enjoying the thing, yeah, like we've said with wrestling, when people turn up and they try and get on the TV with the belts, the fake belts, and they're not actually there to watch the show. They think they are the show, and they want to get famous or rich because of it, and it's a shame.
Yep, you guys are ruining the world. Starting from the top down, the corporations, like the fanatics things. That's why all is so yuck. to me. And I know they made a fortune off of everything. Or maybe they didn't, because there was a lot of celebrities there, but probably for their own benefit, because they love us for our money. And I'm talking about just general fan bases of anything. They love you now. It's so they've been mask off for so long. I just want everybody to know, like, I know we all like this stuff, right? Comic books, the movies, the entertainment, the wrestling, but you don't allow these corporations to take advantage of you. None of them are sponsoring me. Fuck them. Why should they get to wring you dry over?
Because they call us a community now. Instead of calling us a fan base or a customer base, we are a community. It's the wrestling community, the comic book community. It's just like when a salesman says, "Hi, friend, come over here. I have something to tell you." But people don't see it, and then they just get fleeced.
This is a real community over here. The HUGEnverse with Paladin and William Robinson, all the people that come through in the chats every day, and all the times we do the shows, all the people that listen and never even say a thing or never call in or anything else. You're all a part of it, whether you know it or not, and it's free. So, and very, very minimal ads. We've been going 2.5 hours. I think I might have given you 5 minutes of ads at the beginning, and that's it. And guess what? You're going to get a few right now, because we're closing this deal up. Go to the link tree, subscribe on YouTube. We just gave you one of the greatest podcasts of all time, one of the greatest watch-alongs and reactions. Did you see my reaction to when Lil Nate got hit by John Cena? Clip it. Send it everywhere. I'll get 1.5 million views overnight. I'm sure of it. Right, YouTube? Help a brother out. So thank you to everybody that's watching. Do you have any plugs of your own, Danny?
Just DannyDamage.co.uk. I'm on Twitter @BluntDamage. There's plenty of stuff on there.
There we go.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you for coming on again. Shout out to the sleaze out there. Shout out to Reezy, who came through as well. And we will talk to you guys. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some shows this week. There's so much wrestling. We can go through this stuff for days. Let's yeet our way out of this, Danny. Do it properly. All right. Have a good rest of your afternoon. And check me out on TikTok later. I might be doing some video games. I've been getting followers from Batman and Tekken. And man, I'm so cool. All right. I'll see you guys later.
I'm not gay. I don't like men no more. I'm not gay no more. I would not date a man. I would not carry a purse. I would not put on makeup.